So good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining us for day 4. Today we have Ashley with us from the Wellness Center, and she's going to be talking to us a bit about what they have to offer. So if you could all please remain muted and please don't post anything personal in the chat as this is being recorded. Thank you. Ashley?
All right. So just need sharing. Go. Okay. Sorry, I just noticed because I have hosting now, there's more people in the room. There we go. Okay, so my name is Ashley, and I am the wellness manager here at the Student Wellness Center on campus. We are located at the main campus, so the Fanshawe College Boulevard campus at Fanshawe College. There we go. So we preach a lot of different things, but at the end of the day, all of our programming leads us back to keeping you guys healthy. Healthy, well-balanced students are also successful students, both in their everyday life as well as in their academics. So a lot of the programming that we offer helps you to achieve those goals. Our main goal is connecting that education, career, and lifestyle in an easily manageable way. Basically, what that means is we are trying to build a lifestyle for you. Yes, you are here as students, and academics are very important, but there's a lot of other components of your life as well. And we would like to try and bring those things all together so that you're able to thrive in all areas. The first thing we're going to chat about is activating your memberships. So as long as you are a full-time student at one of the London campuses, so that does include both downtown and London South, you get access to the Student Wellness Center. You do have to activate your membership. And very simply, you will log into your web advisor account. Under the student menu and the miscellaneous information section, you will see a link to the Wellness Center Get Active questionnaire. You will click on that link, you will answer, I think it's about 7 or 8 questions there, and you'll hit submit. And then 24 hours after you submit, your fan card becomes your access into the facility. You do have to have a student card to come into the facility. If you do not have a student card, you will be turned away at the front desk. We've had a lot of issues with that this semester where students are trying to get in without their student cards. No student card, no entry is basically our rule. So make sure you guys get your student cards when you get here, and you'll be able to use the facility. I'm just going to remind a few people about muting just because I'm getting a little bit of background noise. So if you have joined just recently and you aren't muted, if you could please mute yourself, that would be fantastic. Our hours of operation for winter 2023 will be remaining the same as they are now. So we are currently open Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. till 10 p.m. And then Saturday and Sunday, 11 a.m. till 7 p.m. The Rockwall and the golf simulator do have slightly different hours. So just being aware of that those hours differ. I don't have those confirmed yet for winter 2023, but they will be coming, and all of that information will be available on our website as soon as I have it finalized. Now into the fun stuff, our programs and services. I haven't actually had a chance to update this photo, but there is lots of new equipment in here now. We've had a bunch of new equipment installed this fall, but we do have equipment including treadmills, bikes, ellipticals, benches. We've added 4 more power racks. So we have a total of 8 squat racks now. Weight machines. We've had a new turf installed. a large rig. We've had lots of new equipment come in the last couple of months, and we're really excited to, I'm really excited to get these pictures updated once we get the new photos. Moving into services.
Sorry, 1 second, Ashley. Sorry, guys,
Yep.
you really need to maintain your mic on mute. It's causing a lot of feedback and we're having a hard time hearing what Ashley is saying. And this is really important stuff. So I please just ask you guys to make sure you are remaining mute. Thank you.
Ashley, if you're the host, I believe if you click on participants, I think there's a possibility that you actually could mute people.
Let me just,
I believe.
mute all.
Yes.
Thank you. There we go. All right. Okay, so moving into the services, we have a variety of different services, starting with the free ones. So these are all included in your membership. There is no extra fees for any of this stuff that I'm about to talk about. The first one we offer is an in-body assessment, which is what you see in that photo. Basically, that is a fancy scale. You come in and you stand on it. It will give you your body weight, but it also gives you additional information like your body fat, muscle mass, percent body fat, all of that kind of good information that allows us to help you set goals and build a program, which is really cool. We do say that it's not always about weight. So this allows us to show you that on a piece of paper. You get a printout to take with you. You get one of these free every month in the facility. So typically we have you wait at least 4 weeks before having another one done, just so that it gives enough time for you to actually start to see those results. If you do this too often, you don't feel like you're making progress because the results will be very small. So I usually say 4 to 6 weeks, and then you can have another one done and you can monitor your progress over time. We also have a program called a fitness orientation. This program is an introductory program. It gives you a tailored program for your fitness level and your abilities. So based on your experience, we'll build you a beginner program, which is really cool. That is a free service. With that orientation, you do get an in-body included, and you get an hour one-on-one with one of our fitness consultants. They will help you build the program. They will take you through all the exercises that they prescribe so you know how to do them, give you feedback on form, all of those good things. So you leave with a program that you get to do on your own in our facility. The last thing on that list is group fitness classes. Those are all included in your membership as well. And we do have a variety of them available. Yoga is included. We have a class that we call Glutes, Guts, and Guns, which is like a barbell based class. We also have classes like total body conditioning. We have dance classes. We also are looking to introduce a class on the turf in the new year as well. So that will be something new we'll be adding for the new year. In addition to those free, so all of those services that I just talked about are free, included in your membership, no extra fees. The personal training does come with extra fees, so this is a paid service. Your consultation for personal training is free though, so there's no obligation to sign up. You can book a consultation, come in, learn about what personal training is, see what those prices are. We can talk about payment plans. We have all of that kind of stuff available. And we can see if it's a good fit for you, if it's a right fit for you, and we'll find the best trainer fit for you as well. All of our trainers on staff have different areas of specialization. So depending on what your goals are and what you're looking to achieve, we'll do our best to match you with the trainer that will help you accomplish those goals as quickly as possible. Within personal training, you do work one-on-one with one of our certified personal trainers. You do get programs that are individualized to your goals, your needs, your abilities, all those things. And in those one-on-one sessions, you have the trainer with you. You can purchase those in 30-minute sessions or 60-minute sessions. So whatever kind of fits in your schedule. And then we do also have an offering that is a program design. So it's very similar to the orientation. However, it is much more specifically tailored to you. And that is a cheaper fee. I think that one is $50 and you get the program designed for you, and then you go off and do it on your own. So if the one-on-one sessions are too expensive for you and that's not going to work in your budget because you are students and often you guys are on tight budgets, we've introduced that new offering that will allow you to still kind of take advantage of our personal trainers and have that connection without having those big fees that often come with personal training. The other amenities that we have in this facility, there is a rock climbing wall, very popular. All abilities are welcome. There is a variety of programs that run within the climbing wall, including Learn to Climbs. There are disco nights. They do run residence nights. And I'm sure that I am missing some programs, but there's lots of programs that run out of there. And then most days when there's not specific programs, it's open for climbing. We do provide you with harnesses so that you don't have to come with your own equipment, and we will give you an orientation when you come in for the first time. So if you've never done it before, that's okay. Golf simulator. I just noticed I didn't update this slide. Golf simulator is available. We are running Learn to Golf sessions. They are hands down our most popular program right now. They are always full every day of the week that they're offered. So this is a super popular program. We have an incredible instructor who works in the golf simulator. He is fantastic. He will give you all the tips and tricks to learn how to swing a golf club. I interviewed him by making him teach me how to swing a golf club. And he did a fantastic job. He's very, very good at that. And there are also open times in the golf simulator. So there's certain times where we run those Learn to Golf sessions. And then when those sessions aren't running, the simulator is open for students to come in and use. We also have a squash court. So we do provide equipment for all of these services. So we do offer golf clubs. You don't have to have your own. And squash is the same. We do have squash rackets, balls, and goggles for you to use if you are interested in playing squash. We do also offer Fanshawe Conservation Area Park Passes, which is close to the college. They're not currently available right now because Fanshawe Conservation Area is closed for the winter. However, they will be available again in the springtime, and you can rent those out. And I believe they're good for 4 people to go. And there's hiking at the conservation area. You can rent kayaks, canoes, paddle boards, all that good stuff as well there. So there's lots of outdoor activities to do at the conservation area. Inside the Student Wellness Center, we also have the Fowler Kennedy Clinic and the pharmacy. So the clinic is available to help you with all of your medical needs right on campus. There is a sports medicine clinic available there as well, physiotherapists on staff there. And then the pharmacy is also located in our building, so you can go to the doctor's office, grab your prescriptions, and then walk down the hallway and have them filled all right here on campus, and you don't have to leave the building. Where do you find us? There are several places. We are at studentwellnesscenter.ca is our website. We are largely on Instagram at Fanshawe SWC, and then we are located in Building J here at the Fanshawe College Boulevard campus. And I believe my last slide. So our website is there and our email address is there. So if you guys have questions after this presentation, feel free to reach out. And then I'm going to now hand it over to Jennifer, and she's going to chat, and then we'll answer questions at the end. I just have to figure out how to do the hosting change.
So if you click on Jennifer's little video icon and you select Make Host.
Make Host. Yes, I do.
Ashley, I'm so glad that you're here because like I use my bank card and that's the some extent of technology for me. So I'm glad you're here.
Well, I believe you should be good to go now.
Excellent. Crystal, how long do we have? Are people expecting to be out of here by 10 or?
Oh, no, we have until 10:30.
Okay, excellent. Okay. Does anyone have any questions for Ashley before I start talking about our side of things? I'm so glad I got to sit through because I didn't know about the golf simulator. So I'm super excited to hear about that. Any questions at all?
There was a question in the chat about other amenities being free.
In regards to other amenities, there are like change rooms are included. There are showers in the change rooms. All of that stuff is included as well. Like I said, Rockwall, golf, sim, squash, all of that is included in your membership. I'm trying to think of what else there is that we have. We do encourage students to bring their own locks. We do have a small selection, but we can't guarantee that there's some available. So if you have a locker, bring it. We always encourage students to lock their belongings up, just because theft does happen. That is a thing that happens around here. So lock your stuff up in the change rooms. I think that covers most of it.
I think there was a question as well about prescription or sort of medications to help out. So I believe that the pharmacy offers prescription services. So if it's only available with
Yes.
doctor support, but there's also some over-the-counter stuff that folks can purchase there as well, right?
Yep. It's a small pharmacy, but they do have all of your kind of necessities, even things like deodorant and that kind of stuff you can get at the pharmacy right here in the wellness center.
And there is just a question there around getting your fan card. So you can apply for it while you're out of country and you need to submit a photo, government ID. If you did this yesterday, we had a whole big talk on fan cards. And then once you have the fan card, yes, you can use the fitness center using the fan card. So the fan card is going to get you into the wellness center. It's going to be your bus pass. You can put money on it for meal plan and stuff. It's also your
Story.
There you go. I think
I'm intoxicated with the power now.
apparently, I know we make her host and she just mutes everybody. But no, so yes, your fan card is what you will use to get into many of the services and stuff at the fitness and wellness center. A student card and fan card are the exact same. But now we're going to let Jen take over and she's going to talk to us about counseling supports.
I'm just going to, I see that there's one mic that's not muted. I think we're so far so good. Okay, I'm going to try and screen share, and in a perfect world, this is going to work. Excellent. Okay. If you are joining us, could I ask that you mute your mic, please? Here we go. Excellent. Oh, I'm gonna move this down. Excellent. Okay, can you all see that? Are you able to see? Perfect. Okay, so I'm going to try and squish this down a little bit just so that I can just sort of make more room on my screen. Okay, so I'm going to chat. So Ashley chatted a lot about the physical wellness. We know the connection between mind and body. Fanshawe also understands that in addition to being students, that you are also often parents and partners and volunteers and colleagues and lots of different roles that you have. And sometimes balancing all of those roles can be a bit of a challenge. So just letting you know about some resources that are available to you while you're here at Fanshawe. Just want to do this. There we go. Okay, and so I'm trying to make this available. So the counseling is available to students. It is free and it's confidential. And when we use the term confidential, we use the word privacy. So when you're talking with someone about your personal information, you should know, what are we going to do with that information? Who's going to hear it and who's not? So if a student comes and speaks with one of our counselors, it does not appear on your academic record. It does not appear on your transcript. The international office, your faculty, nobody knows that you come and speak with us. That is private. There are some limitations, though, around privacy, and that typically relates to safety. So if we're concerned about your ability to keep yourself safe, if there's someone in your world that we're concerned about their safety, we're going to want to bring people in. So beyond that, that information stays private. So you're welcome to come and chat with us. It doesn't always have to relate to school. As I mentioned, there's lots of different roles that you have in your life. So you can call the phone number that's on there. So we are located over in the F building. So on the same floor as the international office, but around the corner. And we meet with students through phone, through Zoom calls just like this, and there's also in-person appointments. So there's lots of flexibility in how and when we meet with you. There are some what we call same day appointments. So I may not know that next Thursday is maybe not going to be a good day for me, and maybe I need support. If you were to call our office, we do have some appointments that are saved each day that are available only to be booked that day. Many of our counselors can be scheduled 2 to 3 weeks in advance, but if you have sort of a need for support, you can call our office and ask if there are opportunities to meet. There's usually 5 to 7 appointments that are available the same day. Reasons why people come and speak with a counselor. So, adjusting to a new environment, like coming to Canada for the first time, adjusting to college life in Ontario is an adjustment. This may be the first time you're actually living on your own. That's an adjustment. Perhaps attending school in a second, third, or fourth language is an adjustment. So, just transitioning to new life roles can be stressful. Lots of relationship concerns. So that relationship might be with a partner, parents, roommates, gender and sexual identity. Lots of people come and explore that with us. Depression. And so we sort of talk about depression as lots of people have moments where they're sad. So perhaps I didn't do well on a test. And, it's okay to feel sad. It's okay to feel that loss or, that disappointment. But if you're finding that it's lasting longer than usual, if you find that sadness is lasting more than just a couple of days, or if the depth of that sadness is strong, you may want to come and chat with one of our counselors. Addiction issues as well, and that could be enjoying something, but to the point where it becomes sometimes overwhelming, or when we know that it's not good for us. So this might involve drugs or alcohol. It could also be online gaming, shopping, engaging in activities that we know are not healthy for us. And if it's starting to take over our life a little bit and having some negative consequences, you're welcome to come in and chat. And again, it's private. So the goal of counseling is really to help you sort of look at a situation. Sorry, I'm just going to let some people in. I thought some people entered the waiting room. Let me see if I can let them in. Admit all. Sorry about that. And the goal is really to take sort of an issue or a concern that's creating stress in your life, looking at it from a variety of angles, creating tools to manage that stress or that experience, and then helping you to find a path to move forward. Okay, so we also, in addition to one-on-one, sorry, Ashley, I don't know how you did this so gracefully with just letting everybody in. That we also offer groups, because sometimes people just want to pick up the tools. Maybe they don't want to share or talk. And with our groups, it really is about skill building. So when you go to the group, there is not the expectation that you talk about your private information. It really is about learning different tools. And so one of the more popular ones, we have a session called Be Well, and it's made up of 4 different weekly activities. And so every 4 weeks it starts up. And the one they teach you is about being mindful. And for some people, and for if you're like me, I sort of struggled with mindfulness a little bit. I have a very busy head and a very busy life. So the idea of sitting still, even momentarily, can be an adjustment. It can be something that we struggle with. But with mindfulness, we often focus on, I'm just going to see if for some reason I keep seeing the same names. Just going to wait for them to join. Okay. And with mindfulness, what it encourages us to do is to focus on the breath. And so when we are breathing, I'm breathing for right now, this moment in time. I can't breathe for yesterday. I can't breathe for tomorrow. I can only breathe for right now. And oftentimes, when we're thinking about our emotions, when we're thinking about stress or what we dedicate our energy to, sometimes with depression, we're dedicating our energy to the past, things that may have already happened that we often can't change. Another, when we're dealing often with anxiety, it often focuses on things that we're concerned about in the future. So things that we're anticipating. And what mindfulness does is just encourages you to focus on the right here, the right now. So what's in my realm? What do I have control over right now that I can do something about? And how do I learn to shelve some things until it is appropriate to deal with? It does take practice. I am not going to deny, but that Be Well group is a series and it actually starts each session with just sort of a grounding or what we call a calming activity. There's also a depression and anxiety support group, again, about tools and developing different strategies, different helpful suggestions like using things like diet and exercise, using sleep and healthy eating patterns, where our office often goes in tandem with the wellness center, where healthy mind, healthy body is the goal for balance. So if you're looking for information about some of these resources, when you go on to My Fanshawe, in the menu, you'll see a link for student resources, and that's where you'll see the counseling site. So on the counseling site, there's information there about the groups, the workshops. In addition to the ones that I've mentioned, we also have a group for people who have been diagnosed with ADHD or attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, and people who are on the autism spectrum. And so all of these groups are counselor led and quite popular. So my role is an accessibility services counselor. So we have personal counselors that deal with emotional or mental health. I work on the accessibility or the academic side of the team. And on average, Fanshawe has about 46,000 students. They're not all here at once, right? We're all spread across all of the different campuses. And usually about 10% of the population is registered with our office as a student with a disability. And I know for some of you, the concept of a disability may be new, and that's why we like to let students know now about some of the resources and supports that can be available to help you reach your potential. So at Fanshawe, when we talk about a disability, it's really a wide definition. And essentially, it's any condition that's coming into the learning environment with you that's having an impact on your studies. So here is a list, and it is not complete. There are many more that will follow on the list, but these are just some of the examples. So acquired brain injury, also known as a concussion. Lots of research is coming out now that one concussion for one person is not the same as another. So if you've had a concussion recently, or if you experience a concussion, because sometimes when we go through the list, some students will say, nope, doesn't apply to me. I don't have any of those conditions. But we know that life changes And so there may be an accident, there could be an injury, there could be a condition that develops over time. So you may be thinking, I don't need those accommodations now, but possibly in the future. So if you experience a concussion or acquired brain injury, if you're on the autism spectrum, if you have ADHD or attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, chronic illness or medical concerns. So this where be some students may have diabetes, they may have a heart condition, and we know that that sometimes can affect things like mood and energy, our stamina. If you are a member of the deaf community or are hard of hearing or have become deafened, if you have a learning disability, are blind and low vision, mental health as well. So, in the past 5 years, the largest population before that was learning disabilities. So, people that struggle with reading, writing, or math was the largest population of students that we supported. It is now mental health. And so the biggest reason why students come to seek support is to get support around mental health and mental wellness. So it is also common for students to be in multiple categories. So we know that things like some medical conditions also occur with mental health. We know that ADHD, autism, and learning disabilities also have a connection to mental health. So students often will have one of these, but it's possible to have multiple reasons to come and see us. And this is just a chart that shows the percentage of people. And so it just shows that mental health is by far the largest population, and then followed by learning disabilities. So the accommodation supports is typically based on documentation, and documentation could include a letter from your doctor, a copy of an assessment report. But what I would really stress to you is that if you think these conditions apply to you, come and see us. We'll get that documentation piece figured out together. Do not think that you need the documentation first. Come see us. We'll talk about what documentation you may need, but let's get started together. So if you know that you fall into one of those categories and have a disability, come see us. If you think you have a disability, come see us. If you're not sure if what you're experiencing is a disability, come see us. Okay. Usually, that first hour, we talk to you about what your learning history has been, what your experiences are, and then we develop a plan together. So when we develop the plan, so if, say, for example, I'm someone with back pain, we're sitting in a chair like this for, say, 2 hours might be uncomfortable for me. I may need to sit up from time to time. So if I'm writing a test, wow, I have to choose now between staying focused on my test and taking care of myself. We can do things like extra time for tests and exams. So if you need to take a break, if you need to take time to stretch, if you have diabetes and need to have a snack or have something to drink, we can have extra time for tests. Note taking is another common accommodation. This is where we can approach your instructor, and much like my presentation, we can arrange that you get copies of the PowerPoint slides. We can also match you with a peer in your program who can share their notes with you. We also have specialized furniture like ergo chairs so that they're more comfortable for your physical needs. It's very individual, and that's why we take the time to get to know you so that we can create this plan. Okay, so the first steps, I'm going to try and get this out of the way. What we would like you to do is register with us in accessibility services. So if you go on to Fanshawe Online, under resources, you'll see a link there for our team, Accessibility Online Services, and then you'll see the early ID. The early ID asks your name, your student number, tell us what program you're in, and a little bit about yourself. It's very brief. And when you access accommodations, again, it does not appear on your transcript. It does not get shared with the international office. It does not affect your student visa because you're still doing all of the same tests. You're doing all of the same assignments. You're doing all of the same learning, but we just look at some flexibility. So whether you have an extra half hour on a test, it doesn't change the course. It changes how you demonstrate your learning. Okay, so here is our general information. So if you're interested in making an appointment with a personal counselor, you can call that phone number. We've got some feedback lately that some cell phones are not connecting properly with us. And so if you call and you're not able to hear anyone talking to you, what we recommend is that you follow up with an email, or you can come to our office, which is in F2010, and ask to make an appointment. When students are interested in connecting with us, we encourage that you reach out to us early. And I give the example of a menu at a restaurant. So I may not always want cheesecake, but I like to know if the restaurant has cheesecake in case I have a craving for it. I may need it, I may not. And that's how accommodations work. Once we create that plan, if you need extra time on a test, it's then an option for you. You don't have to use it, but it's there if you need it. And so we sort of create it like a backup plan. So if you're someone who has a back injury and you're feeling really good, then write your test in the class. If it's one of those weeks where your symptoms are really acting up and you're uncomfortable, then you can access the extra time. It's there if you want it or need it, but you don't have to use it. Okay. I think that's the end of that one. Okay, and I want to make sure, are there any questions at all? Anything people were hoping that I would touch base on, but perhaps didn't get a chance to? Okay, not hearing any. There is no cost for any of the services that you would be receiving. So when you come in and speak with a counselor, it is all part of your student fees. So there are no fees that will be charged for your appointments or the accommodations that you receive.
And often I think like mental health isn't talked about a lot, especially in a lot of other countries. So you may not be comfortable asking your questions in a group setting, so you can reach out directly to them. They are fantastic. And even if it's a one-off support you need, or if it's going to be for the duration of your studies, they have a ton of services. They're really great people. I love having Jen on here. It's always so great hearing her talk to us about their services. Jen,
There was a question about hours. Yeah. So we are 8:30 till 4:30. And so we do have services at all of our campuses. But again, with phone and Zoom, it really does make it easy for us to connect with you no matter where you are. But the hours are typically 8:30 till 4:30 Eastern Standard Time. But there are people as well available to answer the phone until 7, but our counseling hours are 8:30 till 4:30. We also offer some community support as well. So we understand that in the evening, there's also a need for support too. And so there we have a peer support because some people feel more comfortable chatting with other students, perhaps other people who are in the same experience. So we have a peer model, but we also have support workers who come in from the community as well, who are available and no appointment necessary. You kind of just register the day of. So there's evening support as well, and they're located just outside the Wellness Center where Ashley is located. I think I saw a question. Okay. Excellent. Crystal, I am going to try to make you the host in a perfect world. There we go.
You can do it. I have faith.
I think I did it. And if it works, I'm going to quit my job and go work for the IT help desk. I think it worked. Are you now the host, Crystal?
It doesn't tell me I am.
Oh,
but
no.
I can, let's see. Yes, I must be because I'm able to share screen. There we go.
That's it. Second career, here I come.
There you go. And Jen, there is a question about how long counseling sessions are.
So typically, if it's sort of what we call the same day, they're typically about a half hour, and that's often very brief, just to sort of talk about urgent needs and what the next steps are. If you're engaging in a conversation with a counselor, typically they're 45 to 50 minutes. So you get sort of that full time to sort of come in, because we know at first you're not going to know who we are, and it takes time to get comfortable, but typically it's just less than an hour when you speak with our counselors.
Perfect. Well, if there is no other questions for our guest speakers, we can let them go if they would like. And then I'm happy to answer if you had arrival questions or just general questions as well. And if there isn't any, then we can wrap this up today. And tomorrow we have Glenn Matthews with us to talk to us about housing. So thank you, Ashley. Thank you, Jen. It's always so great. And I think it's really great that they have knowledge about the services and supports from both of your areas.
Yeah. Awesome. Welcome to Fanshawe, everyone. Bye.
Bye. Thank you. Thank you, guys. We'll have a great rest of your day or evening. And as I said, tomorrow we will be going over housing. So great session to make sure you are attending. And thank you all, everybody. Take care.